My presentation is 6 of my favorite things, and my first favorite thing would be my favorite activity, music. And these are my drumsticks that I got for Christmas last Christmas, and I was very bored in my room, so I put electrical tape on them just to be different. And I play in a band, CCHB, and I've been playing in that band since I was 9. And I play trumpet in the jazz band, I sing in their choir, and I play percussion in the wind ensemble. And then I'm also known for helping out in the concert band. The reason why I love this activity is because we play so much music and it's all new every year. And then just that satisfaction of the concert when you see the people's faces in the crowd and you know the satisfaction that you made somebody's day, that day or night. So then my favorite sport would have to be climbing. And this is my chalk bag where it holds chalk that makes your hands dry so then you can grip the rocks better. And I love this sport because 1, you get to climb, and 2, you get to use your mind, and then 3, you get to fall. I love this because you have to just think about which route is going to be the best for getting to the top, and then when you get to the top, you just drop on a mat and you don't get hurt, so you feel invincible. Then the third, my favorite trip, is probably the one, it was a scout trip I did, I think, my second year of scouts, where we went to a snowboard and ski resort, and we basically just goofed around on the hills all day, and we had free reign over the whole place, and these are the ski goggles that I wore. And then my favorite experience is with my dad and I when we drove to Louisiana with another dad and son. It took 3 days to get there and 3 days to come back in a crammed car. 6 hours a day. And then when we got to Louisiana, we paddled 61.6 miles through the Atchafalaya swamp thing. And it was especially fun because along their way there were 3 checkpoints where you stayed overnight. One of them were 2 nights. The first checkpoint was houseboats, where you stayed on the houseboats, you got to go fishing, an airboat ride. Then you just learned about Louisiana, and you just had fun. The second place was an island called Rougarou Island, and it was basically this rugged island where all they had was hammocks and then a makeshift shelter for you to eat. And then we spent that day very rainy, and we got the special treatment because the guy that ran that island was also from North Carolina, and so was the other troop that we were doing the trip with. So we got the very special treatment. And then the third outpost is Island Outpost, and we spent 2 days. One, when we got there, was a half a day, and then the second day was a relaxation day. And we basically there just hung out, got to know each other better, and had fun. And then also, the worst part about that trip was along the way, we had 2 portages where we had to carry all our stuff in, I'd say, around a 40-pound, 50-pound canoe, and carry it up a hill, and then down a hill, and then carry it back to the water. So yeah, and then at the end we got this patch with, it's basically a tree, and then this, I forget what it's called, but it was about 20 feet high, and it marked the highest the floodwaters got in one of the floods, I think 30 years ago. And then this, they also gave us real alligator teeth.
I'm gonna pass that around.
And then my favorite vacation is when my family and I went on a cruise to the Bahamas. Now, to be honest, the Bahamas were a letdown, because we did only a couple things. My favorite was swimming with a dolphin, I forget his name, and it knew some tricks, so we played around with that dolphin. But then the second one was a very big letdown because the water was way too cold and it was way too hot outside. So I just slept. But the real memories were on the ship, and we could roam around free reign, and we could get ice cream at any time in the day or night without question. And a lot of things were already prepaid, so yeah. And then this shark I got at the Bahama Islands, and it just caught my eye, so yeah. And then, last but not least, my favorite movie is a movie that I recently saw with my sister over Christmas break. It's called The Martian. It's a story about Mark Watney and a team of other astronauts that go to Mars, and then there's a storm, so they all have to leave. But Mark Watney gets hit by some rubble, and he just goes missing, so they think he's dead. So then they leave without him, but then he's alive, and then he has to survive for almost 2 years on Mars. And then this story is just him trying to get contact with NASA and trying to survive until he doesn't die. That made no sense. Yeah, that's it.